let's jump into probably the best pick in rookie drafts. If you made that selection, which is Bo Nix, who was drafted at the 112 in rookie drafts, or excuse me, in the 2024 draft to the Denver Broncos. A lot of times in rookie drafts, he fell to the back end of the first round or even into the second round, depending on your league. Coach, I'm going to let you take over here because this has been your guy.
Yeah, man. Like I've been preaching Bo Nix since before the draft last year. Like he has played outstanding. A lot of that is due to the large amounts of experience he got in college, combined with getting really solid coaching from Sean Payton in Denver. But the thing that Bo Nix brings to the table that a lot of people didn't really believe he would bring is that he can run the football. He's very active out of the pocket, and that makes a huge difference. 2,800 yards already, 17 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. Not to mention the Duke can run. Like he's a big time player, and with tons of upside due to the fact that they don't have a lot of weapons, and he's still producing. That guy gets somebody to go alongside Cortland Sutton out there. It's going to be even more impressive.
Yeah, I think you make your best point there at the end is, he's out here producing quarterback 7 on the year, been really consistent in the last, 8 or 9 weeks. He doesn't really have a playmaker that he's working with. I mean, Cortland Sutton certainly is out there a big target, who's getting, 10 targets a game. But
Mm-hmm.
outside of that, it's been Troy Franklin. It's just been Vele. The rushing attack has been all over the place, whether it's McLaughlin or Jamison Williams. They have a lot of needs on offense, and he's still producing. I mean, being a top 10 quarterback and being a rookie even more is impressive.
Yeah, especially given what's around him, and the thing is, like we talked about, he doesn't have a lot of playmakers. He has been the playmaker himself, getting out of the pocket, getting the ball to literally anyone. Like you said, the running game's a mess, but Sean Payton is so daggum good that he has found a way to make Bo Nix look like Drew Brees. I mean, really, there's a lot of similarities there in their style of play. So I really look for his ceiling is so high and his stock is rising. Like you want Bo Nix if you can get him on your team, no doubt.
Yeah, I'm absolutely buying if I can. I don't know if anybody is selling him, but if you can go get him, it's worth looking into. Keep trade cut. He's QB 12. We mentioned previously when we were talking about Drake May. Would you rather have Drake May and a pick, or excuse me, Drake May or Bo Nix and a pick? I'd rather have Nix and a pick. Um, but whether you can get that deal done or not, going to depend on your league. Sean Payton has gone out of his way to go and get Bo Nix for this team. Like he said that all offseason after the draft that this was the guy he wanted, and he was actively involved in making everyone else think they were into JJ McCarthy. And whether all that's true or not, I don't know, but he said it, and he's backed it up on the field with Bo Nix and him having a healthy marriage so far.
Yeah, well, and I think this is true of Jaden Daniels also, what I'm about to say, but there's not really a quarterback outside of Josh Allen that if you offered me that guy for Bo Nix, I wouldn't have to pause for a minute to be like, like would rather have Bo Nix long term than most anybody outside of Josh Allen. So I mean that's something you got to really think about. And I think that's true with Jaden Daniels. Like these guys have proven they can throw the ball and they can produce with their feet. Like those are the things that really matter. Not only that, they're getting good coaching, they're getting good play calling. Um, so that really makes their ceiling even higher.
Yeah, I think that's a great point, Coach. It really does make their ceiling that much higher. Um, it's interesting. I mean, you pose the question of, do you have to pause when you get offered Bo Nix for some of those names? I mean, if you have Justin Herbert and you got offered Bo Nix in a first, does that make you stop and go, whoa?
if I have Justin Herbert and you offer me Bo Nix in a first, I'm taking Bo Nix in the first. I'm not easily. Who would have thought we would be sitting right here where in a spot where if you were the owner of Bo Nix and I offer you Patrick Mahomes for Bo Nix straight up, what are you going to do?
That's a tough question. I mean, I think short term it's a lot easier to answer if it was redraft. Dynasty, I think I'm gonna stick with Mahomes and just think that he can figure it out. But if I get a bunch of things thrown in with Bo Nix for Mahomes, I'm with you. I think I might take that deal.
Yeah, especially when you think about the value he has with his feet and the age difference too. Obviously, if I want
Mhm.
somebody to quarterback my team as a coach or as a fan, I would rather Patrick Mahomes be my quarterback. Like that's not what I'm saying, but I'm saying in the fantasy world, the numbers and things that Bo Nix is putting up at his age and his coaching and all of those things, I mean, that gives me pause. Like Bo Nix has really produced.
Yeah, he absolutely has. I mean, it's been a wild run for him. So for both of us, I mean, Bo Nix is a buy. Coach called it in the offseason. He said it was a buy. Um, Said it in our very first video right before the season. You need to get Bo Nix on your roster. And, here we are. He was absolutely right. Bo Nix has proved it, and he's absolutely done everything he can to help you win a fantasy championship. And I don't really see that stopping anytime soon because with this offense and keeping him involved with Sean Payton, there's a lot of opportunity for it to grow, even if they just add some role players, some veterans, let alone a young, impactful player from the draft.